Hello and welcome to BattleTech Extended Commanders Edition. I'm Shadowcoast and welcome to the channel. We are relaunching a Arano Restoration 2049 Extended Commanders Edition campaign. The reason we are relaunching this is that I normally like to put playthroughs in Iron Man mode, and unfortunately in that playthrough on episode 4 or 5, I made some critical mistakes which ended up ending the campaign. So we're going to start over again. We are going to leave Iron Man mode off. Now this is because I really want to have a full, long, extended 49 campaign playthrough where we take on clans and get to check out a bunch of clan mechs, all that fun stuff. So we're going to not put this in Iron Man mode. This is going to be very difficult for me because I personally love playing on Iron Man or Legendary mode where you only have one save. But for the purposes of this, and the fact that I've already screwed up once, I just want to make sure I can actually post videos. Now, what I will commit to you is that I will only reload if I absolutely have to. So effectively, if we make a mistake that ends the campaign, we will reload to a previous version so we don't end the campaign. But I'm going to live with whatever happens. So if we lose Decker, we lose Decker. So I will commit that to you and try to stick to that. Or I will stick to that. I'm used to sticking to Iron Man mode. We're going to do 5 parts. 8 parts is just a little too excessive, and we're going to want to obtain a bunch of clan mechs and play through with them. So we're going to keep it at 5 parts. We're going to skip the prologue, enemy strength hard, starting mech. We're going to start with a blackjack. We're going to have mech destruction, salvage, stingy, lethality, where mech warriors can die. If they're incapacitated in combat, they will always be killed. We're going to do simulation. That's the hardest level. We're going to have rare mech warriors. We're going to have stingy payouts. We're going to have very slow. This is probably the most difficult piece, especially later on when you're trying to build out your mech warrior contingent, because they literally gain so little experience. It takes forever to level them up. And we're going to not check rare salvage. Now, here's the reason why. This has nothing to do with difficulty. This is what I like to call theoretical realism, right? So in the theoretical real world where we're salvaging, we would be able to salvage those plus or plus plus items from the battlefield post-battle. So we're going to keep that unchecked for that theoretical realism. Make fun of me if you will. And we're going to jump in. So this is going to be a pretty hard setup. That Iron Man mode adds the extra difficulty in my opinion. Um, we're not going to do that again just to ensure that I can actually have a long, fruitful campaign. And again, I commit to you, I will live with the consequences unless it's a campaign-ending consequence. Then we'll reload just so we can maintain the playthrough. So it's going to take a minute to get set up here. So bear with me. When looking at mech parts, the salvage number tells you A, B, C, D, a number of parts of this variant, B, number of parts of all compatible variants, C, parts needed to build a mech, etc. So the mech parts sometimes are interchangeable, sometimes are not. So that kind of makes it interesting, adds an extra layer. One of the things that I really like about BattleTech Extended is that they have done a phenomenal job. Like even the tips in the top left are really a lot about the mod. So definitely we'll be reading those as we go. On top of that, we have loads of new mechs. We have clan invasions. We will pick our date. So looking forward to that. So here we go. We're going to jump in. And we're going to probably jump into a cutscene here in a minute. Whenever you start a new campaign, or at least when I start a new campaign with mods installed, it takes a little bit longer. So I don't know if that's just me. The one thing I will say about BattleTech Extended, I have noticed my load times have been longer, so I don't know if that's my computer or not. It definitely does not take this long when I'm playing the vanilla version. I haven't played BattleTech Extended in a very long time. I've spent a lot more time with Rogue Tech, and Rogue Tech would take a little bit longer, but definitely not this long. So I can't tell if it's the mod. They basically, with this mod, you're basically installing a new game. So here we go.
I am Kamea of House Arano, High Lady of the Oregon Reach, Protector of Coromadir, and the sword of restoration. But I am not a hero, no matter what the stories say. A hero would have sacrificed more, compromised less. A hero would have done better. You know this, of course. You were there. My father used to tell me stories about the ancient times, about the Star League, a golden age of prosperity, upheld by the great mech warriors of old, guardians of the innocent, protectors of the peace. I always dreamed of following in their footsteps. I was too young to see the truth of things. After all, it wasn't heroism or a noble cause that won me the throne. It was hiring a mercenary, skilled enough, perhaps ruthless enough, to carry the day. Hiring you. I still don't know if you fought for honor or for the thrill of it, for belief in my cause, or just in my money. But whether it was your noble heart or mercenary mind, your actions gave us hope. That makes you a hero in the eyes of history. Whether you believe it, that's up to you.
BattleTech Restoration. Every time I watch that intro, I get chills. I love this game. This is my all-time favorite game. I've said that so many times. Here we go. Welcome to the Aurigan Reach. The Aurigan Reach is a small kingdom in the Rimworld periphery, a region of space that lies on the outskirts of the more densely colonized inner sphere. It is home to the Aurigan Coalition, a federation organized around a parliamentary monarchy and ruled by the Arano family. For 3 generations under the rule of House Arano, the Aurigan Coalition has remained a relatively peaceful corner of the periphery. It is here your story begins. So we're skipping through the intro or prologue, so that's okay. So we're going to hail either from the deep periphery or the Rimworld periphery. There's no easy way to characterize mech warriors hailing from the Rimworld periphery. They can be anything from petty thugs to ruthless tacticians to skilled and honorable warriors. So I like that. We're going to go with skilled and honorable warrior. Though immigrants to the Aurigan Reach, your family soon established a comfortable presence in a small backwater system on the edge of Aurigan space. By the time you were born, your family had become the de facto ruling nobility of the system's only inhabited planet. You are the oldest child, heir to the family's titles and ancestral battle mech, the old Blackjack BJ-1. This is where you met Raju Mastiff Montgomery, a veteran of the Succession Wars, whom your parents hired on for a season to train you as a mech warrior. Raju was a strict but capable teacher, and you quickly became a skilled pilot under his tutelage. It was an uneventful life until... Okay, so here's the deal. For these backstories, we're picking them based off of our skills. Because if we don't, we're already very slow. It's going to take forever. You know, like you can make the argument, okay, it doesn't matter that much. For us, it does. Because this is the difference between how quickly we get that first skill point and are able, or first skill, and are able to use it in combat. So in general, especially because I'm going to put Shadow Coast in the Blackjack, we're going to prioritize Gunnery number 1, Tactics number 2. And that's just because of getting the indirect reduction of indirect fire penalties. So if we are at a distance and there's terrain differences between us, right, tactics helps us ensure that our hits hit and aren't, shooting into a mountain or rock or something. So we'll see that in play. We'll do loads of stuff on our mech warrior builds. Okay, so we have a choice here because we're going to prioritize gunnery number 1. So we could do Solaris Gladiator or a Regan Coalition Soldier. So I personally like the idea of the Gladiator, but I'm pretty sure I've picked Gladiator every single time So I'm actually going to go with the Regan Coalition soldier to see if any of the minor text is that different, just for fun. Unsure of your prospects, you traveled to Cormadir, the capital of the Regan Coalition, and enlisted in the Coalition military. You quickly rose through the ranks, distinguishing yourself as a reliable mech warrior. Life as a soldier wasn't glamorous, but it suited you just fine. Until years later, you crossed paths with Raju Mastiff Montgomery once again. On an ill-fated mission, you were caught behind enemy lines and separated from your lance. Raju happened to be on patrol nearby and he launched a daring rescue. Upon finding out it was you he had rescued, he brought you into the House Arano Royal Guard. So it is that you find yourself reunited with your old mentor, preparing your ancestral blackjack for guard duty on the coronation day of Lady Kameo Arano. Okay, so we are Shadow Coast. We're going to try to not spend too much time here, but you never know. I think that's kind of a distinguishing look. Okay, so first we're going to do complexion. Alright, that's a good expression. Or that's a good complexion. Some of these expressions are kind of like, what? Alright, this looks a little better because we don't want to like be checking out his nostrils. Ooh, there's some cool facial hair here. We're gonna do permanent stubble because we're like in our mech warrior all the time. So like, when are we gonna actually have time to shave? Some thick eyebrows. I like that hairstyle. We're not graying yet. And do we want a scar? We were kind of rescued. We'll have like a little scar there. Just a little, we're a seasoned mech warrior. And makeup, whoa. I don't think I'm a fan of the, like, I don't really do makeup in general on character builds. We're like a little tan. Nice little tan going. Alright. Whoa, that lighting really plays a number. Clothing. Do you have anything blue? Is that blue? Guess it depends on the lighting. Yeah, I like that lighting the best. Um, this one, that suit looks the best. All right, Shadow Coast, Jack Coast. Here we go. Gunnery 4, Piloting 2, Tactics 3, Guts 2. So we're going to be trying to get everything up to 4, but we are going to prioritize first obtaining our first skill point. The story so far. On the day of Lady Kameo Arano's ascension to the throne, her uncle Lord Espinosa and his daughter Victoria launched a desperate coup. Through surprise sabotage and strength in numbers, their forces quickly secure the capital and solidify control over the Arigan government. Why is it a desperate coup if they have strength in numbers? Just saying. With help from you and your old mentor, Mastiff Montgomery, Lady Camille, along with her close friend and advisor, Alexander Madeira, attempt an escape. Mastiff sacrifices himself to cover their exit, but their dropship is destroyed during the attempt. In the aftermath of the battle, you and your mech were recovered by Darius Oliveira, the executive officer of a small mercenary company in need of a new commander. 3 years later, some units favor using certain mech chassis, or they may favor faster mobile or high alpha mechs. Some units also have special cases such as Snards Irregulars, who after a certain date gain access to other stuff. So one of the things that I really like about this mod, and just like the modding community for BattleTech, like Rogue Tech, BattleTech Extended, those to me I would highly recommend. I personally think that I'm going to like BattleTech Extended. I have spent time with BattleTech Extended. I have spent more time with Rogue Tech. Um, I think they're both fantastic. I think I'm gonna probably prefer BattleTech Extended, mainly because I love clan mechs. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm not unique in just wanting a Mad Cat and like like so many clan mechs and like that technology and just like the fact that they're invading and I'm assuming we're probably gonna have to try to repel them, but it'll be interesting to see if we can actually build reputation with them. So there's like so much going on there. I think that this is gonna be um, my all-time favorite mod. I just need to spend more time with it. And that's one of the reasons that we did not put on Iron Man mode, because I just want to make sure I can record and post throughout, and then people can kind of jump to later episodes once we post them to kind of check out what that interaction looks like with the clans. The Independent Prospectors Leagues thanks you for your assistance, Commander. We're miners, not soldiers. We can't fight these bastards off on our own. That's what you're paying us for. Don't worry, we'll get your platforms back. This isn't just about reclaiming what's ours. Majesty Metals killed hundreds of us when they tried to jump our claim. We want you to make them bleed for what they've done here. Commander, the Opforge holding 2 of the IPL's mining platforms. The first designated Alpha is where they're keeping their turret generator. Move in fast and take it out. Those turrets hit hard. You want to neutralize them ASAP. Platform Bravo is the site of the OpForce corporate security tower. Engage and destroy it. If they bring in a mech to protect it, take that out too. Then circle on back and we'll collect our pay. That's right, I'm ready and waiting to authorize the transfer. Now go on, Commander. Hit those corporate pigs where it hurts. We'll be watching the action from here. Okay. Here we go. So resolve. Stuff there. We're gonna try to speed through this because we are rebooting this a little bit. So I recommend coming here over from like the back way.
You are trespassing on Majesty Metals and manufacturing property and acting in collusion with a domestic terrorist organization. Cease your advance immediately, or you will be fired upon.
Okay, so heads up display. You can pause and read that if you want. Attack angles matter, so positioning is important. One of the reasons I love jump jets. Now we're gonna see here, one of the things in the mod is that they improve the AI so you can't cheese it as much. Okay, so we're gonna actually...
What can I do for you?
Oh.
Waiting on you, Commander.
We're gonna try. There we go. Behemoth.
Receiving you.
Good to go.
Okay, so this is gonna be a little bit hot, but that's okay.
Locked on.
I knew I risked some turrets there because we couldn't completely check down. But yeah, we should be able to move again. So 50.
Receiving you.
Okay. So the question then becomes... 76%. %76 seems to be the best we can do. So part of the reason I don't want to jump him is we want to create evasion, and if he hits both,
Firing.
nice. Okay, so he took out the towers, and that means the other 3 mechs we have can now focus on the enemy. So this guy doesn't have any invasion yet, so we're going to 71%. 50, so that high ground really pays dividends. And we're putting Behemoth here because she's our tank. And so we're trying to draw fire away from Decker, who's in our late mech.
Holding firm. I hear ya.
So we're going to reserve and let them move. Okay, so lots of evasion on that one. So we're going to prioritize... I want to prioritize you, but 18% kind of sucks.
I read you, Commander. Moving out.
All right. We're really just trying to take out... Oh, evasion kept. Boo. 15%. Okay. So we just don't want our backs to this guy. This one's hot, and we're just gonna shoot everything at him.
Enemy mech. Critical damage detected.
Okay.
Damage minimal.
You got nothing, you hear me?
You run over here, Decker. You're not using your jump jet, so we should be good. Oh! Can't tell if we just hit the rock. So we're gonna focus fire targets.
I'm barely scratched. What's up, boss?
We're gonna keep the high ground. First kill goes to
Might be some good
Behemoth.
salvage there.
Well played.
Waiting for orders.
Alright, this could be foolish. I love melee. Left leg destroyed. That worked out way better than I expected. So the reason I meleeed with a Vindicator is we do have a small laser. And that makes it way easier for Shadow Coast. So we're not going to waste the heat on that. We're just going to work on blowing him up. Which did not quite work the way we wanted it to. I thought we could just take off that leg. Oh, we didn't hit the leg. That's part of the problem. Well, that'll do it.
Heading out.
If you...
Locking in all weapons. Reporting critical hit.
He's gonna get up. And I'm not sure. Is he gonna make a run for it?
I hear ya.
Sort of.
Got it. Going toe to toe.
And we missed. Okay, so we really want to take him out. We're kind of dinking around here.
Engaging jump jets.
So this is going to be too hot, so we're going to take these... Oh no, only one.
Engaging target.
Ready for
Okay.
orders.
So Behemoth's going to get 2 kills. I was trying to spread the wealth.
Go down.
Okay, so heat's important to manage. We heat up when we do stuff, so we want to manage that.
Got it. Up high.
Roger. Venting heat and stabilizing.
Gonna sprint out here. Reduce our heat. And Glitch, you're gonna sprint over here.
Affirmative.
Okay,
Commander.
so here's the deal. We're
Double
going to
time.
get around
Let's go.
behind this guy as he comes up. So, Shadow Coast, come here. We'll take out the mech first.
Yes, Commander. Roger. Full speed.
So as this guy comes up, he's going to try to keep his back turned to us,
Yes, Commander.
which makes sense.
Going
Oop.
turbo.
That truck making headway. So we're going to reserve down.
Acknowledged.
Hmm. A
Engaging
little more
jump
heat.
jets. Engaging target.
Wow, Shadow Coast with a big hit.
Enemy mech.
He
Critical
just
damage
took out his
detected.
main weapon, his AC-5,
Waiting for orders.
and
I
oh, I thought you'd have the high ground, but it looks like you're partially obstructed by this rock.
here.
That's where tactics comes in. That obstruction right there is what I was talking about. It reduces the penalty. It's absolutely critical. So if we jump here, we're just pounding this guy. And we're just gonna try to blow him up. So we'll... Whoa! Oh my goodness! Oh, we're living with it.
Weapon
Oh,
system
that
destroyed.
sucks so much. That sucks so much. You son of a... I cannot believe that. We had all that evasion and you just came up there and... Wow, we're taking way more damage. This is like the worst starting mission I've ever had.
Time to fly.
Cannot believe we lost an arm. Now we're panicking and making mistakes. We really need to take this guy out.
Orders. Lifting off.
We're just kind of doing a little evasion and
Locking
trying to move him down in initiative so we can destroy him. Okay. Oh wow, those turrets actually help us. Thank you for not being totally useless.
Waiting for orders. Roger that. Critical hit, Commander.
I'm shaking my head. Shake my head.
Engaging target.
Vengeance is mine. That sucks. That really sets us
Enemy mech
back.
destroyed.
Waiting for orders.
Alright, so... Gonna
Here we
come
go.
from the side.
Mover down.
Alright, called shots. Basically, we can kind of determine where we're... where we are. So we're sending Glitch over here.
What's up, boss?
Commander.
I need to waste ammo.
Great job, Commander. Double back to our client's platform. The sooner we can collect our pay and break orbit, the better.
Holding here.
So we're just making sure that we can bring Glitch
Right, Commander.
kind of into the zone.
On it.
So, okay, now she's... Alright, we got the job done. Speaking of which, I wasn't finished. These platforms won't do us much good if we can't hold them. Majesty Medals taught us that, so we're going to need your battle mechs. You're going to want to reconsider that. Why? Your lance has already been target locked by our turrets. Now power down and surrender, and we'll let you walk. Or try to fight and we'll tear you to shreds. Your call. Well, there goes our goddamn payday. Hold tight, Commander. We're on the way. Oh boy. They sold us out. Not a nice thing to do.
Engaging jump
Okay,
jets.
we should... What? We can't shoot? This is a travesty. What the heck? It's not letting us shoot. That's so annoying.
Commander?
Okay, so
On my way. Engaging.
nice. Decker with a vehicle
On my
kill.
vehicle.
Oof. Okay. We need to take this generator out. Shadow Coast. Just creating as much evasion as possible. Cannot believe we lost that arm.
Engaging target.
And can't believe that
Good to go.
we didn't. Alright, we're just gonna focus on this thing.
Firing on target. Target destroyed. Standing by.
Alright, so the AC-5 is a longer range weapon.
Jumping.
I'm still crying over a blackjack. I don't think we're gonna either have to buy an AC-2. Gonna slow us down. We're living with it. That was a heroic attempt by the black. I was like, yay, we blew up his AC-5. I would have rather him kept his AC-5 and not taken off an arm,
Yes, Commander.
because he probably would have shot at us if it wasn't for us disabling him. Well, luck of the draw. Alright, well done, team.
Vehicle kit.
Darius, you're in deep shit, my man. Stand by for extraction, Commander. Let's get the hell out of here. Oh, and Darius, I know, Meyer, I know. You want another team meeting. Give the man a prize. That's
Mission
right. Team
successful.
meeting. What WTF, man? That was the worst possible contract you could have got us. And on top of that, now we spend a bunch of money to repair a mech. So, 0 payout, because they are jerks. Alright, so, like, Snorge regulars who after a certain date gain access to some Star League mechs. So that'll be interesting to, like, fight against other mercenary groups and, like, see what they field. Tactics you are accustomed to against the inner sphere will likely need to be adjusted when you take on the clans. Hold shift while increasing or decreasing armor value to change value by 1 point rather than 5. Oh, that is super helpful. I always, like, sometimes dink around, especially with the heavy and assault mechs, with armor values based on positioning. And that always drove me nuts because you do like increments of 5 and then you'd be left over with some extra weight. Rent to own. You need to start finding us better clients, Darius. I mean it. We've been slumming it on the ass end of the frontier for 3 years now, and we are drowning in debt. I'm fully aware of our financial situation, Meyer, but I can't just conjure up new clients out of the thin air. Jack, do me a solid and back me up on this. If we're really that hard up for cash, we need to stop talking and start doing something about it. Hey, you'll hear no arguments from me. When we made you our commander, we all agreed to follow your lead. Darius, could you walk us through the details of this trouble we're in? It might help if you broke things down point by point. Sure thing, Yang. Point 1, Meyer's right. We're in debt. Every C-bill we make technically belongs to the banks. Point 2, this corner of the frontier is a dead zone for mercenary work. There are clients, but they're terrible. That's just a fact. And that's it. There are no other points. What's our best case scenario? How many jobs will it take to repay off our loans? Truthfully, I can't even say. We're in a pretty deep hole, and from where I'm standing, I don't see a whole lot of daylight. The thing is, these banks, and I use that word loosely, they don't want us to pay off our loans. They'll do whatever they can to get away with whatever they can get away with to keep us on the hook. Hit us with fees, jack up our interest rates, misfile our paperwork. I'm trying to find us a way out of this, but it's gonna take time. And every day that passes, we accumulate more debt. If we keep going like we have been, we're screwed. Okay, we're in a bad spot. What are we gonna do about it? I don't see what else we can do, Jack. I'm already serving up every legitimate contract I can find. Unless you want me to sidestep the Mercenary Review Board entirely, we're basically out of options. So MRB, Mercenary Review Board, they get super angry if you take off MRB contracts. Go around the MRB, no thanks. Taking an uncertified job is a great way to wind up with a knife in your back. You just got betrayed by a board certified contracting gang. How much worse could it get? Plenty. What happened down there was an exception, boss. With uncertified job, it's the rule. Uncertified jobs, it's the rule. Remind me again why we don't just skip town and head to a nicer corner of the periphery. So we can kind of hide out. Because the banks and the jump ship crews have an arrangement. Until we pay up, they're going to keep us on a short lease. So basically, we have limited access to the map. So that's a good reason. Look, Darius Meyer's right. We need to start earning some real money, and we need to do it soon. It's only a matter of time before something breaks down that I can't fix with duct tape and good intentions. I had to work a few uncertified jobs after I was asked to leave my home system. It's risky, but it's better than going hungry. You hear that, Darius? The voice of experience speaks. Going around the MRB might kill us, sure. So might 1,000 other things, but I'd rather die trying than give up and accept the inevitable. It's settled then. I'll start digging for contracts outside the MRB system. Who knows? Maybe it'll work out for the best. It isn't like we've got all that much to lose. In the meantime, we need to find another paying job, and our prospects in this system have been completely dried up. I'd recommend booking travel to a neighboring system and seeing what the review board has for us. With any luck, we'll find enough work to keep going until something better rolls in. The banks are holding our jump ship access hostage until we repay our debts. For now, we can only go between Unkroon and the nearby systems of Alloway, Bellerophon, and Detroit. The top right, our top priority right now needs to be finding work so we can raise cash. None of the contracts here are very good. I picked out the only viable one I could find, and it helpfully includes our travel fees as part of the deal. Come by the command center when you're ready to review it. Okay. So first things first. I'm still crying about it. Oh boy. Medium laser. Oh, we have an AC2. Wait, we only have one AC2 ammo? 25 rounds. Okay. It's like 12 shots each. Okay, so always click repair. We have full
Welcome to the grease pit, Commander.
8 days. That's not bad at all. Yang's got an efficient crew. Okay, so Shadow Coast, we're gonna grab this. We're gonna grab piloting so we can move, and then we're gonna bring everything up to 4. And then we're either gonna go guts or tactics, I think. I'm leaning towards tactics and getting Master Tactician, so then when we put Shadow Coast in Assault Mech, he can move earlier.
Training
But we
complete.
shall see how things pan out. Medusa is going to grab Sure Footing, Unsteady Threshold, plus 10% melee hit stability. Uh, but, but basically, this thing allows us to create more evasion. Um, if the move is not a sprint, jump, or charge, the mech also gains entrench. So we will probably do piloting and bulwark, and we're going to do the same for
Training
Behemoth
confirmed,
because they're
Commander.
going to be our tanks.
Ready for orders.
Nothing. Decker is going to stay for sensor lock.
Waiting for orders.
Behemoth already has this, so we're going to get up everything to 4, and then we're going to grab Sure Footing. So mech pilots piloted by this mech warrior gain 1 bonus evasion charge after moving, can exceed the unit's maximum. If the move is not a sprint, jump, or charge to melee, the mech also gains entrench, plus 50% stability damage reduction. Okay, so recovery. Just gonna go full on cash. 149 is not that great. Okay. Date not set. Select a timeline. We are going to pick 3049 clan invasion. So right now there is text scrolling, but it's freaking out and not working. So we're going to skip through that. It was August 3049 when communications with outlying regions of the inner sphere first started mysteriously being cut. What we knew was limited. A previously unknown and extremely advanced enemy with futuristic weapons was decimating garrisons in even small realms wholesale. What we know now that we didn't know then was that the clans had arrived, and with them mech combat was to be forever changed. Until the Inner Sphere could adapt to this deadly new threat, their losses would be enormous. No lasting consequences to us, major lasting consequences to the system. Okay, so gonna take a look here. Filters, blah blah blah. We can actually control fine. We have this stuff where it shows system difficulty and all that fun stuff. So um, basically, the mod expands the territory um, significantly. Like, I think it added more systems, if I'm not mistaken. The clans are going to come down from up here. So we're going to have Clan Wolf, Smoke Jaguar, um, and is it like Falcon? Oh boy, I can't remember. But they are just going to eviscerate Steiner, the Free Republic, and House Karita, or the Draconis combined, um, up here. I think the Free Republic gets hit the hardest, if memory serves, but we shall see, just like in general, how things go. So we're going to get back to it. We're in transit. We are fatigued. That's an added, added little element. So one of the things that I will attempt to point out that I might not do a perfect job on is things that are part of the mod versus vanilla. With that said, um, there could be things that were patched and I just haven't, I kind of play once a year. I have a campaign. I like to kick off a campaign once a year. So if I get something wrong, please just comment on it.
That work order you submitted is
All work
complete.
orders complete. Thank you. Blackjack. Shakedown. You're on the Leopard's Bridge when Sumerian and Darius for the daily staff briefing. Darius said we received 3 messages from the banks. Loan Shark Sumar cuts in from the people who are financing us. Darius continues. They're considering rewriting the terms of our loan so it will be easier to seize this ship if we miss a payment. As usual, they're only doing this because they believe we can't fight it in court. Ignore the message. Sweet talk the banks. We're going to educate the banks about their mistake. I'll deal with it, you say. Later, you record a response. In it, you sternly remind your lien holders that as financial institutions operating on Detroit 3, they must abide by local contract law. You even cite the relevant sections of the legal code from memory. Then you point out that as you've kept records of all payments and correspondence concerning the loans, you'll be able to demonstrate in court that their proposed revisions to the agreed upon terms would represent such a gross violation of the law that you would undoubtedly be awarded a second dropship at the bank's expense. Once the camera is off, Sumar says, there's no way they push you on this. Too bad. I like to see the loan sharks grovel. So we are now loan status fair, which is good. Inner Merc. So this is cool because it's like as time progresses, you're kind of learning about what's going on. Right now we have the 3M, except it's basically a 1N except better. With an extension range PPC. You can pause and read through that. Comstar has begun production on Terra of this rarely seen Mercury. This is a light mech. 1 laser, 3 machine gun hardpoints. No jump jets. I don't like that. Another addition to the Federated Commonwealth, the Crusader 5S is being produced. Crusader. Now this is a mech we could get on board with. Basically, I think we designed it more like a missile boat, longer range, double heat sinks, case, easy to maintain, average range. The fact it doesn't have a ballistic point is a little bit disappointing. Oh, so that's a 5S. The Free World is also producing the Crusader 5M. And this one just has jump jets. I like jump jets, but if you're building a missile boat, you don't really need jump jets if you're positioning them right. Just keep them in the back, pelt them with missiles. So one of the things is LRMs have been nerfed to a degree, so what I used to do in my vanilla campaign, we can't do here. So we're just looking for Ronins on the off chance we find one. Well, let's take a look at the store. We can't afford any of this stuff. And then I forgot to do this. We gotta upgrade our colors in our name. So if you have a recommended name, we can change this as we go, so please comment. But for now, we're going to be the Shadow Knights. We have our little logo. I did post a video on how to add an emblem if you want a custom image. And I believe it has to be a .dds file, so keep that in mind. And we're going to do... Where's... Just tell us the name. Looks blue. So we're going to do blue, black, and... We want white. We have like a shiny white. Just go regular white. Those are our colors. Look at that leopard. Looks so much better. I am going to do... It's like a purple. Like a... I think that was our best blue. So... Okay. So... Monthly total. And... Bank interest payment and maintenance. So we're about a little over 200,000. We have about 4 months left. So that'll be kind of important to consider. Let's launch this. Now the drop ship costs to drop into combat are exorbitant. So you're going to see me complain here at the end of this mission because our payout's going to be very pitifully low. We're going to bring in Medusa. He has extra evasion, so he can double as a scout until we level him up. We're going to rotate our mech warriors to try to get them up. What I like to do is get one or ideally two. What I normally do is I get one skill and then bring up four. But we're going to try to optimize a little more here, and we're going to try to do the two desired skills and then bring up everyone to at least 4 points so they don't absolutely suck in any area. So for example, if you have a gunnery 2, right, your hit base chance is going to be low. So we're going to bring it up to 4, and I think that gives us like plus 10 or 12% hit chance, which is going to be absolutely critical to ensure. So before, when we were looking at Decker trying to hit the generator, I think we were at like 70 something percent. And that's because he has low gunnery and therefore a decreased hit chance. So we're just trying to bring him up to the level where we're not going to be missing every shot. And that's one of the reasons that the very slow progression is one of the things that makes the campaign so much more difficult. Because we're going to want to have at least 2 sets, if not 3 sets, of mech warrior lances. So that's about 12 mech warriors, or 8 to 12 mech warriors. Now, one of the mods that I do have installed is mission control. So as we upgrade things, we can actually deploy more than 4 mech warriors and mechs in the battlefield. We can actually deploy up to 8 once we have full upgrades. We can only do that for non-priority missions. If we try to do that for priority missions, it kind of bugs out. You get charged for the drop and then you can't use the mech. So that's something we'll keep in mind. I'll outline that. That will come a little bit later in the playthrough in a couple episodes. So be sure to kind of follow along. Now is a good time to mention that I'm actively trying to grow my YouTube channel. So if you are interested in supporting the channel, please consider subscribing and dropping this video and other videos you like a thumbs up. Here we go. Let's knock out this mission and see what it holds. So we're gonna reserve down. They have a few mechs. Recover SLDF tech. Okay, so gonna keep you protected. You have a wasp and a commando. Fortunately, we can't shoot the wasp, so we did take the evasion off.
What can I do for you?
Is there a better angle for you? So one of the quirks on this Vindicator is the firing angle is very narrow. So we really want to make sure that we angle it right, because I have made mistakes where if I angle it wrong, then you just can't fire.
Receiving you.
And that really, really, really sucks. So, can we get you a more direct arc? Yes, we can.
Roger that.
Nice.
Might be some good salvage there.
Behemoth is killing it. We're killing them. Alright, can we jump any closer? Alright, we're just gonna jump a little closer.
Engaging target.
Make contact, Behemoth.
Ready for orders.
Gonna play objectives. Hold this location until our people can grab the asset. And we do have a contact over there.
All weapons fired.
Injured the commando. Ooh. We have another mech. I thought that was a...
I hate these.
I hear ya.
I thought that this was a vehicle. Okay, so we're gonna want to create some evasion. So different color lines. So right now, this line indicates we're gonna hit him from the side, which is helpful to understand. The red means we're gonna hit him in the front, and then green means we're hitting him from the back. So if we do our job right, let's try to jump Shadow Coast down a little further.
All weapons committed.
Orders.
Okay, I was trying to get him a kill, but this isn't quite as easy as I'd like to do. Alright, so Behemoth with 2, we want to share the wealth a little bit.
Target eliminated.
The asset is in hand, Commander. Good work.
Firestarter.
The asset
Ooh.
is under fire.
That large laser really hurts, so we're gonna
Past my armor. I'm here.
wait.
Orders.
What's up, boss? Give it a shot.
Alright, it's shoddily
That hit something.
shoddily armored. Can see unsettled. Shoddy, so 50% of its normal armor.
Good to go.
Where's
Waiting on you,
Glitch?
Commander. No sweat.
So the purple means it's obstructed, and you can kind of see where it starts getting obstructed, which is helpful. Alright.
Engaging jump jets.
So this is okay because we just have these two. So we are going
Enemy
to...
mech. Critical damage.
He's
detected.
panicked.
Confirmed.
Gonna jump over here. Out of harm's way. Okay, so we're gonna start with Behemoth and try to get. Oh,
Good to go. Ready for order.
no, we want to jump you here.
Here we go.
Take off some evasion. And of course she gets the kill.
Hostile
Alright.
Mission successful.
Mission complete. So we're going to do a little maintenance and then call this an episode. So 93,000, and that is because dropship costs were 56,000. So this sucked. We're barely back to where we started. And we took some internal damage. Large laser really hurt. Pilot fatigue only makes resolve generation less and puts pilots in low spirits. It's not a large issue. However, I don't know if we can deploy with fatigued pilots. If we have an opportunity, we can science it. I didn't think it'll let you. But that'll be important to note because if things go south and pilots are fatigued, we're going to need to potentially deploy them because we don't have a choice. So if we can deploy fatigue pilots, that would be very helpful. Alright, so we're going to just tee this up real quick. Did anything break? Nothing broke, so it's just a repair one day, not bad.
Kick off your shoes. Make yourself comfortable.
So oh, we can deploy fatigued. Okay. Okay, so this makes me nervous. We're gonna go for it. We were gonna call this an episode, but we're gonna deploy with fatigue pilots. Not ideal, but we're sciencing this. So the resolve generation's lower. This is half a skull mission. Escort missions I hate because they take longer. But that's okay. We had reports of Merrick activity near one of our outlying bases. Unfortunately, we already have a supply convoy in the field. Not much to say, Commander. The government made a tactical fumble, and we're going to bail them out. We want this sweet sea-bills. Okay, so it was, I think, 7 days. We're sciencing this to see if it, like, just adds another 7 days or if it's exponentially more, which is something we're going to want to kind of manage and think about. Alright, so convoy's up here. We'll move up.
Okay, let's do this. On the move. Uh-huh.
So how do we see...
Engaging jump jets.
Engaging jump jets.
Okay, so it looks like something's gonna land over here. Question is that their exfil or is that where the enemy's gonna land? So that'll be good to know.
I copy. Don't need to tell me twice.
On it.
Alright, now we have enemies.
Location confirmed.
Okay, so with the mod,
Jumping.
wasp, nice.
Solid connection on that one.
Full throttle.
I hear ya. No sweat.
So with the mod, a couple of things. So one, enemies can panic and eject if you hit them enough, and they're taking a lot of damage, so that's good.
Affirmative.
And then the other thing I was gonna say is,
Get the angle on me.
oh boy,
Good to go.
I think this is a horrible idea,
Roger. Engaging.
but we have machine guns, so we did reduce their evasion.
Got it.
Alright, Glitch gets a kill. Oh, so the other thing I was going to say with the mod is we have to like think about experience gain because it looks like it's very variable. So we'll kind of outline that in a little bit to show you how that all works and what I'm talking about.
Coordinates received.
Confirmed.
Affirmative. Resting my mech.
Got it.
Stabilizing. Engaging.
Signal
cooling
from
system.
local government convoy leader commander. They're headed to the extraction point. Keep them alive. Keep in mind that the convoy will try to stay near you for protection. Continue advancing to get them to the extract point. So we have to stay close to the convoy, otherwise they're not going to move. And it just takes time, which is kind of annoying. Okay, so that is the exfil point. So Behemoth.
Acknowledged.
The question is, which way are they going to go?
Time
Kind
to
of look for
fly.
enemies over there.
On my way.
You kind of stick close to them, Decker, because the Locust will be one shot. Hopefully we don't let that happen. Might have got greedy here. We probably should have rested and taken the other contract, but wanted to make a little money, and we're going to science the fatigue aspect to see what happens. Okay, so they do come this direction, which is fantastic.
On my way.
We'll run over the hot coals, geothermal. Just, what are you doing? You guys trying to take the shortcut? What's going on over here?
Up high.
Now I feel like I can't really move the way I want to move. Just keeping a spread out formation. What the hell are you guys doing? You guys are nuts. Alright, you crazy people.
I copy.
We just don't want to stay. Okay, well, that guy's got some wheels.
On my
Kind
way.
of stick in the middle here.
You betcha.
Kind of see if anything. More contacts on sensor.
You're in position,
Coming from the
Commander.
right.
Hold your ground until the package is on its way.
Don't go in the trees. That's gonna slow you down. Okay, so we're gonna move up here.
What's up, boss? Moving out.
Moving to intercept.
Full
We're just
throttle.
trying to get over here so we can actually...
Waiting for orders.
We're
Roger that.
staying by the car so he doesn't stop moving, because if you just, like, if you sprinted too far out of range, he would stop. And that would pose a major
Uh-huh.
challenge. We're just kind of getting in the way of them. Okay, we should be good. Next turn. So this just takes time. That's my biggest complaint about escort missions.
Nice try.
Ready for orders. On my way. Roger that. Negative damage.
Waiting on you, Commander. Moving out. This is gonna be good.
Wow. Don't screw with glitch. So Behemoth was strong the first couple missions.
Mission
Alright.
successful.
Boom. Let's see. Let's see how much that drop costs potentially. Drop costs 45,000, so we still net because we get the contract payment increased. See, only 10 experience here. Shadow Coast got 100. That's kind of weird. Like 2 kills. I was expecting you to get more. Something we just have to contend with and keep track of. Alright, so that will conclude our first BattleTech Extended Rebooted series. Thank you so much for watching. I'll reiterate, I am trying to grow my channel, so please consider subscribing and supporting the channel by liking this video. And also, please drop comments. What do you think? So we are on contact, so we're going to actually read through this and then end the episode. Alright everyone, gather around. After our last talk, I bit the bullet and started fishing around for uncertified contracts, and I repeat, might have caught us something. Who's the client? Unknown. She didn't ID herself, but she claims to be a member of the Canopian elite. She says that she's got a big job lined up and wants us for it. Us specifically. She called the commander out by name. How'd she even know about us in the first place? It isn't like we're drowning in publicity out here. Good question, and I'm betting we don't have an answer. You certain this client isn't really a bounty hunter? Because I can list off about 5 different banks that'd all love to repossess this ship. We're shopping for uncertified contracts behind the review board's back, Yang. Hell no, I'm not certain. But for what it's worth, she's rich. She reached out to us with a priority HPG message, and those things ain't cheap. Alright, sounds like a step in the right direction at least. It really does, and without wanting to harp, we're hemorrhaging SIBOs as it is. I say it's worth the risk. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? Our new client vents us out the airlock, and our corpses spend the rest of forever tumbling through the icy vastness of space. Thank you, Yang. Thanks for that delightful image, Yang. Look, Jack, I'll admit this is sketchy as hell, but it's also the best lead we're likely to find. If you want to follow up, plot a course to Bellerophon, the client will be waiting. Alright, here we go, the contact. Alright, mech warriors, blah blah blah. Don't forget to check out the state of our finances. We're going to do some mech repairs before our next contract, boss. Can't go into combat like this. Repairs?
Yes,
Waiting for orders.
Commander.
We're saving for this one.
Waiting for orders.
Glitch, we're going to bring your
Mech
piloting
warrior
up just
training
because it's
complete.
so bad. How? Oh, we're in the process of repairing it? Okay, so 11 days, 6 days, 7 days, and Shadow Coast light injury? Glitch light injury? Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, in the next episode, we will take on Benefactor. as well as the priority mission that it comes with after that. So thank you so much for watching and hope to see you in future videos. Shadow Coast out.